Library of Ruina. Based on its name, you might have thought this was gonna be some spooky literature club, very charming mentally ill woman. Well, you will be kind of correct, but it's much worse than that. We are actually running a Shadow Wizard money gang cult where we literally email desperate people and invite them to our library where they can find extremely valuable books. Unfortunately for them, we're immortal and we have already spied on them through our magic ball and are ready to absolutely whoop their ass. And when that happens, they get turned into books which we not only burn in order to absorb their powers and identities, but we also give them to Angela, which wants to create the one ultimate book. If you're wondering how we got into this mess, well, we don't really know neither. It was just another day in the city and bang, we fell into this library, and then after a funny looking woman literally exploded our limbs, we decided to become their servant. Pretty kinky, but I don't judge. Our name is Roland and now our job is to assist Angela in various tasks like killing and more killing. Alright, and we also give therapy to like half of the people there. I do find his name Roland pretty funny, as rolling dice is the main mechanic of the game, and by rolling obviously I mean gambling. The fate of your battles literally depend on a randomly rolled dice, which means that very often your strongest warrior with a very good attack can just straight up fumble everything and then get obliterated by some completely irrelevant enemy. But this aside, allow me to tell you the tragic tale of our gambler Roland and how we'll manage to rise through the ranks of the city fame, slay endless foes and impossibly difficult boss battles, learn about the hidden horrors that this city hides, whilst also having chit-chats with elite serial killers who sip black tea. And yeah, we also get beat up by women, so buckle up because this game will ruin you. The first part of this game is quite easy, as our victims are basically homeless nobodies, but even the information of their existence in the form of books is useful to us since Angela is completely oblivious to the existence of the outside world. Honestly, I'm not sure can I blame her for crashing out and straight up betraying everybody after she was forced to watch the manager fail at his job for what to her feels thousands of years. Completely unrelated, but you know, the other day I was watching this video and somebody wrote that tie-in lasted only a minute, but to Angela that was over 1.5 hours. So, this guy might be onto something here, like surely it wasn't necessary for her to perceive things that slowly, especially when we can literally pause time. So let me know what you guys think, but don't tell one sin and 100 good deeds about this. Anyways, the enemies we're facing right now are desperate enough in their life that they have to harvest organs for a living or even fully replace their body with cheap prosthetics. However, these guys don't seem that bad when you also have an office sending a literal child into the library to scout the situation. Of course, they are all no match for our man Roland, who does martial arts with a baton, but with the sheer amount of enemies increasing as we invite people, it is getting quite exhausting for him. So Angela allowed us to wake up additional librarians to help us out, but of course there's a catch. Apparently their existence is being kept safe in a book with the use of abnormalities, so in order to acquire more friends we'll need to defeat the said abnormalities. And I've got to say, it's pretty cool seeing some old faces from my terrible time back in Lobotomy Corporation. Besides the abnormalities, I also got to reunite with the Sephiroths. Now, considering this is their third attempt at life and they're forced to sort hundreds of books, needless to say they are all pretty pissed. But oh well, as Angela's humble servant, this is none of our concern. Alongside unlocking librarians that fight with us, we also unlock special powers when defeating the abnormalities. As the emotions of the fighters increase throughout the fight, we can also use this to gain straight up unfair advantages over our clueless enemies. Anyways, after beating up some more punks, our library has been promoted to the rank of an urban myth. These ranks are basically a valuation of how much we're heard of and how much we're considered a threat within the city. Meaning as time goes on and as we kill more people, we're gonna start to gain the interest of more powerful entities. You know, I do find it pretty interesting how much of the city's residents are hotwired to gambling. Like they go into the library expecting to hit a jackpot if they make it out, and they wouldn't be wrong. However, the issue is that they are not making it out, and oftenly they seek revenge for the comrades they lost, so they return with a bigger army only to die once again. So at this point we're basically harvesting people for free. Anyways, we defeated some more punks and abnormalities with relative ease, and of course we finally gotten drunk with Nadzek without Angela crashing the party. After this I got to experience Love Town, you know, just a classic story of two lovers getting stuck on a time-traveling train which leads people to go insane as thousands of years pass. Which of course leads to them tearing each other to shreds, and in order to survive, two very smart doctors make an actual Frankenstein monster that with the power of love brings order to the train. Now this is one of the most fucked up things I've ever read, not the worst, but either way now we have to face them. This is the first fight that actually required me to seriously lock in, and despite me doing so, the fights were brutal.
Trying to make history.
incredible. Holy shit. He has 300 HP. And is immune to every stagger. Yo. I mean, I know if there's melee music, that means we are absolutely fucked. That's what I've learned from Limbus Company. I mean, hopefully they can stagger him. If not, this is going to be fun. Come on, you guys just need to hit. Yo, we're actually gonna stagger him. No, he's so close, it's so close. I guess we'll find out. So close and yet so far. Holy shit. And you fucked it up as well. I mean, just put the prize in the bag, guys. I put up a valiant struggle, but got my cheeks absolutely clapped by the 300 HP monster. I assume I've hit the classic vertical difficulty curve, like I was literally fighting babies a few hours ago and now there's this. So I've decided to clear all the receptions and gain better pages before I decide to take on Lowtown again. Damn, nice bonkers, yo. Huh? Yeah, these guys have lost it. I mean, Roland, you're just a fucking retard. Holy shit. Can you guys roll? Well, why is this game based on fucking gambling, but you lose every time? I genuinely don't understand. Well, they're fucked now. Jarvis, activate the amphetamine reactor. I mean, this is just OP. It's just ridiculous. What the fuck is this, yo? What in the alien? Interestingly enough, for the first time we're facing enemies that are using guns. Their use is generally pretty rare, as bullets are super expensive, and it seems that in the Project Moon world it's much more efficient to be an aura-forming anime character who can deflect bullets. He's locked in, he dodged it. I've also learned a rough lesson to always read character passives. How does he live that? Oh no, oh god. Are we gonna lose because we are fucking idiot? I mean, in my defense, how does he survive that? Oh, okay, that makes sense why this guy mystically survived. Awfully strong? The fuck you mean they've got a fucking boots like Jack Sparrow, 2 femboy maids, and a fucking Philip? The fuck you mean they look awfully strong? Nice. Insane damage. Damn, he ran away again. And yes, I got caught off guard by a secret mini-boss fight where Philip, after losing all of his friends again, resorts into a Fire Angel to try and defeat us for the 3rd time. However, we literally just ignored half of his attacks and then killed him in basically 1 turn, so yeah, there's no shot he can return after this aura loss, right? Good luck. This is kind of like baby versus nuclear bomb. GG bro, he got wiped in 2 turns. And now, with me having much stronger pages, as well as generally more experience in abusing Hod's abnormality abilities, I've managed to literally decimate Lowtown. Yeah, guys, I think he might get staggered, I just have a feeling, you know. Damn, we didn't even get to use half of the pages. At this point, I've reached an industrial revolution in fighting by having one character focus on clashing with a guaranteed victory due to all kinds of buffs. For example, here I'm stacking a dice +1 power passive, +2 power by getting the angry face, and then another 2+ power with either slash attacks or enemies that are allured. And then on top of all of that, a negative clash power for enemies. This gives us a guaranteed +5 clash power for free literally every time. Not to mention many of the characters inflict paralyze and have strength gain pages, which help this out even further. And my other librarians are equipped with pages and passives that increase damage and stagger so they can decimate enemies whilst they are busy wasting their attacks on a guaranteed loss. This has allowed us to level up our library and unlock 2 new floors, and for some reason Roland decided to bully the shit out of Tiferet.
티페리트의
시끄러워!
Yo, did she just hit
바로
them?
앞에 있는데 어딜 보고 소리치는 거야?
Damn.
완전 꼬맹인데?
But that's crazy aura loss. He couldn't see her because she was so
이래봬도
short.
예전보다 꽤
과학이면 머리 좀 굴려야 할 텐데. 요요 버르장머리하고는
Damn, they are
두 번
beating
당하진
yo.
않지.
아마 살아온 날수로 치면 너보
나이가
You're
많으면
literally rage baiting a
말과
toddler
행동이
that's died and
성숙해야지.
came back to life. Like what?
이렇게 우호적인 자, 그럼 다음에 올 때는
Damn, bro, Roland, you need to stop, yo. You're gonna kill her with these lines, yo. He's gonna bring her a fucking picture book. That is fucking crazy, yo. Holy shit. However, it seems that at least a bit of karma caught up to him on the floor of language as he got absolutely mocked by the red mist.
이만 말 줄이자고. 네가 나에게 책을 주면
야,
Hey,
이거
what
그렇게
makes you think
달랐냐?
you're so much better
붉은
than me?
안개.
붉은 안개라고?
Damn, sorry bro, she has a bigger level in the rise of libraries, like you can't do anything. At this point the fights are starting to get really exhausting, like on average a fight takes at least 1 hour. Why? Well, over here we had to fight the sweepers, the mysterious hive mind who eats corpses after dark. We were able to outclass them in combat quite easily, however besides there being 3 rounds of 5 of them, they also had annoying card abilities that allowed them to basically infinitely survive death unless you fight and attack them carefully. Then after that, besides having to wipe the floor with a bunch of literal clowns, we had to fight Philip for the 4th time. It turns out he went completely crazy after losing last time, and then a funny magic man turned him into a statue of crying babies, which besides having annoying abilities like locking your librarians or hiding who they're gonna attack, they also had 7 fucking phases. If fighting them wasn't painful enough, when you defeat them they also merge into this statue with a lot of HP which fires lasers. This was honestly a massive test of resource management and patience, but I was able to beat them first try without any casualties after like almost 2 hours of fighting. And then I had another long ass fight with a bunch of puppets. On a side note though, ever since I defeated these She guys, I got a cool page that can do plus 45 power on its attack. This is supposed to be a devastating attack, however the catch is that the character who does this can either roll the maximum or the minimum value of the dice, and we need the maximum value to trigger this attack. So in theory, it should be a 50-50 each time between this attack doing 0 or 1 bazillion damage, and well, I'm yet to see this happen because somehow my librarian can literally never get it right, so yeah, this sucks, but I'll keep trying even if it fucks me over every time. Hey, can you please do it? Huh? Come on. Lock in. Okay, yeah, I just give up. Next up, we got to meet with the people who'll have to deal with the aftermath of the Lovetown incident. But one thing that caught my attention is how similar this person is to Don Quixote.
오, 이게 그 감정 변화에 따라서 중요한 부분만 기록해준다는 카메라. 오, 드디어 데우스에서의 모험이 시작된다는 말인겐가?
So yeah, I do feel bad that we'll have to obliterate her twin sister. Okay, nice. She's gonna do a crazy attack with a 7-roll dice on her broken dice. Now that's rude, yo. That's straight up cheating, yo. And then it was time to face my biggest nemesis, the Queen of Hatred. If you watched my previous 2 Lobotomy Corporation videos, you will know how much trouble she caused for me, and well, trouble is a really small word, so I genuinely felt uncomfortable facing her again, like this was quite literally me. That aside, whilst I had a bit of struggle comprehending her completely goofy fighting mechanic, we need to beat her up, but we need to transform her before the 4th turn. Damn, look at all of that burn! Uh-oh. Let's see what happens. Damn! Okay. I mean, we have no more light! Where is all of our light? Yo, you fucking suck! You fucking suck! I mean, just kill us! Just fucking kill us, yo!
2 hours later.
Yeah, I think we got her. Okay, I mean... Jesus. Yo, lock in, guys. There we go. In the end, I did manage to time everything correctly and defeat her for the final time, or so I hope. This leveled up the floor of natural sciences, however this time Roland wasn't too harsh on Tiferet.
애인인가 봐. 그렇게 끈덕지게 붙어 있었다니.
Damn, okay, Roland does not know.
애녹은 첫 번째
두 번이나 차이다니 안타깝군.
Bro, no way
그래도
Roland
괜찮아요.
is back
다들
with
헤어지고
rage
나서도
baiting. The next up I had to fight another face from the past, the Knight of Despair. But honestly I have nothing against her, she is the GOAT. Except when she breaks out and then one-shots people with her 1 gazillion pale damage. But yeah, besides that she's cool and fighting her was actually pretty fun despite my brain having to work overtime. No, this can work out. He can go for that. Oh my god, we're cooking. This is gonna be the greatest play of my career. So we're gonna go in with that, and we're gonna pray to Lord Jesus he wins both of these, right? And he's gonna deflect that. Okay, so he's gonna stall that guy, and this bitch will transfuse the fuck out of this guy, and then next turn this guy's gonna regen 1 light. He's gonna do this on this guy, and we win. Hopefully, she will win these clashes. Come on, win these clashes. Nice. That's fun. Just 1 more. That's beautiful, my dogs. Oh, he's dead, but that's fine. Everything went perfectly. And now, we just need you. My brother. We need you to win this clash. Come on. Win this clash! Beautiful! We are literally the owner of this game, bro. I have many abnormality battles to clear before I can unlock other receptions, and at this point these fights are no longer easy peasy. For basically every battle I get a wall of text I got to read and understand, and then apply that to my librarians and the random ass pages they get. Then onto that I have to account for the minions that also come with a mini wall of text and just do whatever the fuck they can to fuck you over. And then onto all of that I have to add the factor that my clashes depend on pure chance whilst micromanaging light usage, emotion level, and making sure I don't run out of pages. All whilst looking out for the super strong attacks she will pull every few turns. Like fighting these things was genuinely starting to get exhausting. Sure, it's fun, but it feels like playing that one game where you have to defuse a bomb with a bunch of instructions, and unless you spend like 10 minutes per turn calculating every move and praying you get good rolls, you can very easily get completely cooked by just 1 slip up. So yeah, I think this might be where I'll wrap it up, but make no mistake, this is only the beginning. Despite the game being decently difficult up to this point, from this point onwards it's only going to get worse, and I mean much worse. I'll have to use even more of my brain power, fight ridiculously strong enemies, and witness the craziest lore plot twist of the Project Moon history. Trust me that the next video will be a truly grand challenge, so if you don't wanna miss out and want to support me in doing it, please make sure to click that sexy subscribe button and thumbs up, because why not? And also make sure to comment what I should do after or before that video. I've had some Limbus and Lobotomy corp ideas in mind, but I'd love to hear your greatest ideas because I might dare turn them into reality. But yeah, shoutouts to my Patreons and server boosters, thank you a lot for watching and I'll see you next time.